covered his Aboriginal activism and his activism for Jewish people. Then that's when his biggest contribution was. Although you would, at 26, he was involved, he and his family, with a petition to Queen Victoria for land. That was in the 1800s. So, yeah, so he's mostly in his older years is when his Aboriginal activism and that particular protest for the Jewish people occurred. So what I did in 2019, I updated the 2012 book and divided it into two books. One, White Australia Has a Black History, focusing on his Indigenous activism, and in 2020, Shattered Lives, Broken Dreams, focusing on his Jewish activism and his family's work in following through the unfinished business, basically. Well, one of the reasons, as from a young boy, he was brought up on a Christian mission in Maloga near the Murray River, and basically the missionaries there, Daniel and Janet Matthews, they had a very strong anti-slave kind of a focus, because his father was a slave trader, and there's a very interesting story behind that too. Of incidents that happened to him that changed his course. But on the mission, they would be singing Negro spirituals, and those Negro spirituals were often singing about how Moses led the people out of Egypt to the Promised Land, out of slavery. So those kind of things really affected him. And I've got a note at the end about a song, Narrabri Fera, that was popularised by the Sapphires, which is about the Yorta Yorta people too. And it's quite likely that William Cooper may even have been singing that when he led that protest in 1938 or other events, but I can't be sure of that. So there's a very interesting link with the Fisk Jubilee singers from Nashville, Tennessee, who travelled the world just after blacks were emancipated, and they came to that little mission of Maloga, mainly, I guess, because the missionary probably reached out to them, but they learnt that song there and translated it into Yorta Yorta and learnt some other songs. But it was that connection for William Cooper was very, very strong, because he was a Christian himself.